emphatic after the game about the drawing the line in the sand and who you want the team to be. How do you feel like they've responded since the win, and now you guys go up against a Tulsa team that's in really good form?
Yeah, the response has been excellent. Again, it's been another good week of training. Players bought in, like we've talked about. Went through a difficult moment, obviously, in the results that we had. It's not easy to go out and have a performance like that after the results that you've had. So I was really, really proud of how the group came together, how they executed a game plan. The mentality, as I talked about after the game, was, everything that we were looking for. But I talked after the game about making sure that we understand, both with the media and in the locker room, that there's no complacency. You have to build on it and make sure that we have the fight that we expected of one another.
Are you now a three-back team, or do you feel like you have options tactically in every game, depending on?
No options tactically, depending on what we feel gives us the best chance to win the game. I said the same thing last year. I haven't changed that. We are a team that it's less about, for me, the formation, more about the intensity and mentality, understanding roles and responsibilities. But I think what Saturday gave us was a good opportunity for belief in the group to understand that they can play in that system, and as I've said before, making sure that we build on it.
You talked about what a game like Saturday can do. Do you notice a difference in energy at all in training when not only you get a 2-0 win, but it's against one of your biggest rivals in front of 13,000 people?
Yeah, I would say a lot more smiles, which is a good thing. But the intensity of the training sessions and things like that hasn't changed. It's really been on the game day that we felt we haven't had it anywhere near the level that we expect of one another. So I would just say more smiles in between drills and certainly in the locker room. But from a mentality standpoint and intensity standpoint, the training sessions have been good.
You've talked about confidence with your guys in front of the goal in terms of finishing. Just to see two go into the back of the net when going back over the film, does that make a difference for guys and give them a little more confidence to get them?
Yeah, 100%. I think a few things. One, the ball going in the back of the net. Two, the chances that we created. I certainly felt that the players felt that there was a lot more opportunity for us in front of goal, which becomes important. When you look at even against Birmingham, we had a ton of the ball in the first half, but we didn't create a ton of chances. And I think they came away from Indy, and certainly the video and the data shows that we did create more than enough to win the game. And I think that continues to build confidence. That, and obviously, as you said, them seeing the ball going in the back of the net, getting those feelings become really, really important to build on.
You guys go on the road. What do you think you have to do differently, or if anything, on the road to get better results?
Yeah, I think other than obviously Detroit, where I felt we didn't switch on early in the game, our road performances have been really, really good. We've had the bite that we need. We've created chances. We've been really good defensively. And so going into Tulsa, we're going to need to make sure at the minimum that we have that, and then look to execute the game plan as we did against Indy. And I think if we show up with the right mentality, that we're going to put ourselves in a good position to come away with points.
We were talking to Amadou, and he made the point that just the league seems to get a little tougher every year, and Tulsa is one of those examples. I mean, they were, not a team that you think about in power, but then they reeled off 5 wins in a row before last weekend. What kind of challenges do they present, especially when you look back to maybe how that first one at home against them got away from them?
Yeah, I think the league is certainly changing. No question about it. There's a lot of quality from top to bottom. You can just look at the table and see that. Any team can win on any given week. When you look at Tulsa specifically, they've brought in a lot of good pieces. As you said, they went on a really good run. Tampa Bay got the better of them at Tampa Bay. But it is a team with a lot of quality. It is a team that is very dangerous in front of goal and in transition. And when we look at the game, against Tulsa here at home, we concede there late, but we put on a good performance. That wasn't a game where I felt we were poor. We just didn't finish our chances. But they're a team that we know really well, and they're a team that's going to present problems. And obviously our job is to make sure we understand what those are going to be and execute our game plan.
First time you played them, they had Philip Goodrum like 2 days before the game. This time they've got another transfer in, Seacrest. Any expectations, or how do you take on that sort of situation when you don't know if a guy's going to play?
Yeah, I think when they added Goodrum a day before, 2 days before, we were confident he was going to play. I feel the same about Segrist. So, they've changed their shape a little bit, which obviously we've looked at, and I think he'll slot in really well with what they're trying to do.
And then just finally, where are you guys health-wise? Obviously, Wilson came back over the weekend. It seems like you're in a better spot than you have been.
Yeah, my hope is that Jorge's about a week away. We obviously have the guys that are, out, have been out for an extended period of time that are going to remain out, but we're in a pretty good spot physically at the moment. Just need to make sure that we're doing what we can to recover from the game on the weekend and make sure these guys are in a good position for the game on Friday.
You have a game with Kyle with this group. The difference he made, was it noticeable? Just a game in with these guys? What did you take away from it?
Yeah, I thought he was excellent on the night. I thought defensively he was strong. I thought with the ball he was strong. We're still working on some things from a principle standpoint that he's got to continue to learn. But there are areas that I'm confident that he will pick up and be solid in. I said this last week, I think when we signed him, he's fit in with the group from a character standpoint the exact way we had hoped for. He's a great human being. He wants to work hard. He wants to be here. And I think that's what becomes most important when you bring in a player, especially in the middle of the season. So I'm ecstatic to be able to have added him. He's going to help tremendously for the group, and we're hopeful that he can continue to put in a performance like he did against Indy week in and week out.
Is he keeping that hair too?
That hair's not going anywhere. That's his bread and butter. He loves it. And I think I saw a picture after the game where Wes loved it too. So,
Pretty impressive.
yeah, it is.
All right.
Good?
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.